Hey guys, welcome back to another Mythic Legions review. We have the Advent of Decay Elf Legion builder up for review today. On the side of the package, we see the faction logo. We have no lore, but from the logo, we can see that this Legion builder is part of Ziona's flock. On the back, we can see some new art for Advent of Decay with the same lore from the first series of figures. Let's get them out. Mythic Legions come in easy to remove collector-friendly packaging. Nothing is damaged when you try to remove the figure from the packaging. This is the Elf Legion builder. As the name implies, he's meant for army building. Mythic Legions has a set of figures with less paint detail meant for mass production. The figures cost less and are great for customs. Don't let the lower cost fool you though. Legion builders are packed with accessories, and the Elf Legion builder is no exception. He's packed with a ton of accessories and a couple of extra heads. Let's check out the details. The Elf Legion builder has a nice golden paint applied all over the armor. We can notice some details like his green eyes and the high cheekbones in the face sculpt. On the side we can see more details in the helmet. The pointy elf ears stick out from the slots on the side and have some really fine details in the sculpting. The slim male body is covered in small details. Small rivets and stylish details are all over the chest and abs. A closer look into the abs, we can see plates of armor with a fancy design. We can see the limitations of the gold paint job here, as the belt buckles and the straps on the side are painted gold. Something like brown for the leather and silver for the buckle would have looked much better. We have golden shoulders with small layers of plated armor. On the back we have 3 large holes. The 2 on the top are for the shoulder armor we will be equipping later, and the large square in the middle is for the new wing adapters. Unlike the older Mythic Legions, 2.0 has more attention to detail on the backs of the figures. We can see more of that fancy design, along with more belt straps at the bottom. The arms have nice chainmail sculpting under the strapped armor. Tiny details like this really show the amount of work that went into these figures. The gauntlets are heavy plated with a simple design. The skirt comes with a nice change of color, with tons of golden studs sculpted in. The change of color really breaks up all the gold in the figure, and it makes them a bit easier to look at. The legs have more of that large plated armor layered on the thighs. We have a few minor details in this area that's mostly hidden by the gold paint. And lastly, we have the golden boots of the figure. Matched plated armor with studs finish up the figure. Let's look at the articulation. We have a ball jointed head, shoulders that open halfway and can be rotated to raise all the way up, and completely rotates, elbows that bend forward and rotate. The elbow armor does get in the way of a full rotation. We have a forearm that rotates, wrists that bend forward and back, and rotate, a ball jointed chest with a bit of range, and new to 2.0 is a waist swivel. The waist only rotates. Legs that open very wide, with great forward and back range. A swivel at the thigh, knees that bend back and have slight rotation, blocked by the knee guards. The feet bend forward and back, and rotate at the ankles and foot. Let's check out all the accessories. The Elf Legion builder comes with insane value. We get 2 additional heads. We get a light skin colored version of the default head, for those that don't want to army build a dark elf army. And we get a masked version. The face inside the helmet is completely painted black with no detail, while the ears sticking out are a pale green color. The heads easily pop out and you can socket the new heads back in. We have 2 small shoulder armor pieces. They have pegs that attach to the back of the figure. You can raise them slightly to give the arms more range of articulation. The bow comes painted in silver with a brown stretchy string. The string pulls back a good amount. The front of the bow has 2 pegs spaced apart just enough to attach an arrow into. The arrow holds on very well. The string stretches out far enough to actually prime the bow. We get a single silver painted arrow. It's made of a hard plastic, and while it does bend a bit, I feel like you could snap this if you're not careful. We have a quiver with the matching gold paint. It has a little handle so you can attach it to whatever it fits in. I used it on the belt. New to 2.0 is the wing adapters. They socket into the square peg hole on the back. If you have wings, you would use these to attach them to the figure. We get the standard generic spear painted in silver. We also get a generic short sword with a gold hilt. And we also get a small dagger in the same color. And lastly, we get a standard belt that's made to fit the smaller bodies. The Elf Legion builder is an insane value. A ton of weapons and 3 heads in total make this a great figure to pick up if you want to customize or just army build elf knights. The gold paint is very nice and reflective. The new slim bodies let you access poses that were impossible in 1.0, but as a trade-off, the figures don't feel as sturdy and bulky as 1.0 bodies do. The tiny accessories like the arrow, and the ability for things like the string on a bow to wear out is some cause for concern. The figure feels really good. The joints are a bit tight in some areas, but overall an improvement in a lot of ways to the bulkier bodies that we are used to. Accessory wise, while we do get a ton to work with, the generic weapons from 1.0 are a bit of a disappointment. The bow and arrow is amazing, the 3 heads bring some insane value to the figure, but let's just say I'm running out of storage for all these short swords and spears. I personally don't see myself getting any more of these Elf Legion builders, but if you're looking for an army of rangers, this is your best bet. Cheap cost, great selection of heads, and that awesome bow and quiver make this figure a must-have for any ranged army. And for the price, the Elf Legion builder is a great addition to any collection. Alright guys, more reviews coming up very soon. Stay tuned in for much more.